Life always comes at a price. Some hunt to survive. Some run to live. Some wait for their moment to take it all. And a single mistake can end everything. There is a place on earth where the sun does not rise to promise peace. It rises to sound the bell for another day of survival. The Savannah of East Africa. Grassland running all the way to the horizon, marked here and there by lone acacias standing guard against the sky. The dry season is tightening its grip. Rivers shrink into pools. Lakes harden into sheets of cracked mud. As the water withdraws, every living thing, hunter and hunted alike, is pressed onto the last ground that still holds life. And there, the line between living and dying is as thin as a blade of grass. The lioness is the pride's principal hunter, lean, fast, and very hungry. Ahead of her, less than 40 yards away, a warthog has wandered off course. Separated from the others, alone, no companion keeping watch, no second pair of eyes and ears on the horizon. On the savannah, nothing is more dangerous than that. She moves in a slow arc into the wind, her belly brushing the ground. Each paw comes down softly, placed with a dancer's precision. A lioness can reach close to 50 miles an hour, but only across 100 yards or so. There is no room for error. Every step forward is a calculation between distance and timing. The grass explodes. The warthog bolts, tail up like an antenna, but it is already too late. It covers a few strides before it goes down quick, decisive. This is not violence. This is energy moving through the links of the living world. And on the savannah, every animal learns the same lesson. To stray is a death sentence. Yet the warthog deserves no pity. This odd-looking animal is one of the most underestimated characters on the grassland. Four curved tusks, the upper pair for digging, the lower pair honed to a razor edge against them, the real weapon, sharp enough to give even a leopard pause. The knobs of hardened skin on its face are not a flaw, they are padding, armor for the moment it has to fight. And it grazes in a way few wild pigs do, dropping onto its padded wrists to reach the grass, because its front legs are long and its neck is short. It does not dig its own burrow, it takes over the burrow of another animal, then reverses in rump first, tusks always facing the entrance. Ready to fight, even in its sleep. Lions, leopards, wild dogs, all of them hunt warthogs. And still the species thrives. On the grassland, endurance can matter more than strength. The daylight world belongs to lions. But when darkness falls, another hunter wakes. The leopard, the consummate solitary hunter of Africa, extraordinary power folded into a slender frame. A leopard can haul prey close to twice its own weight into the branches of a tree without breaking rhythm. The impala, the Olympian of the savannah. 30 feet in a single bound. 10 feet straight up. A zigzag run at 50 miles an hour. To catch an impala, speed alone is never enough. The leopard closes in through the dark. Each footfall set down as softly as air. The rosettes dissolve into the shadow of the leaves. 10 minutes pass. The leopard has covered 20 feet. Patience here is not a virtue, it is a weapon. the leopard launches one short, exact burst. The cat takes it in a fraction of a second, fast, clean, without a wasted sound. Immediately, the leopard hauls the kill up into the tree where no lion, no hyena can take it. On the Serengeti plains, every footstep is a wager, and the price may be life itself. A golden silhouette lies flat against the earth, amber eyes unblinking, locked onto a herd of Thompson's gazelles grazing 300 feet away. The cheetah, a machine sculpted by 40 million years of evolution for a single purpose. Speed. Its spine flexes and extends like a steel coil, each stride stretching up to 23 feet. Non-retractable claws grip the ground like sprinting spikes on a track shoe. An abnormally wide nasal cavity and lungs, 1.5 times larger than its body ratio, demands the entire respiratory system engineered to pump maximum oxygen during those life or death seconds. A tail longer than a third of its body acts as a rudder, allowing 90-degree turns at speeds exceeding 60 miles per hour. The prey spots the danger too late. The chase begins. Three seconds, 0 to 70 miles per hour, faster than any supercar ever built. Body temperature surges to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. "30 seconds, that is all the time it has before the body shuts itself down." The cheetah's forepaw hooks the Thompson's gazelle's hind leg. The prey crashes to the ground. But victory has only just begun. The cheetah's lungs heave with every breath, its heart hammering at 5 times its resting rate. It needs at least 20 minutes to cool down, and now the real battle starts. Welcome to Nature's Moments, where we explore the most extraordinary mysteries of the natural world. The cheetah is merely the opening note in the symphony of survival known as the Great Migration. Across this planet, billions of creatures set out each year, crossing deserts, spanning oceans, pushing through frozen wastelands. Every migration opens a new battleground. Every battleground sustains a new predator. And the question threading through today's journey, across those thousands of miles, who truly holds the power of life and death, the migrant or the ambusher? When the rains withdraw from the Serengeti, the earth cracks like tanned leather left too long in the sun, and nearly 2 million wildebeest receive a signal their ancestors have obeyed for millions of years. They move 800 miles ahead. No maps, no commanders, only primal instinct and the scent of rain on the horizon. This is the Great Migration of the Serengeti, the most crowded event on land, where the density of living bodies per square mile surpasses any city ever built by humans. But the Silver River, winding between two banks of scorched grass, is not a road to freedom. It is a trap that nature set over 200 million years ago. The Mara River, less than 100 feet wide in many stretches. Yet beneath the silt-laden current, eyes have been waiting for weeks. The wildebeest halt at the riverbank. Thousands crowd together, shoving, crying out. Not one wants to enter the water first. Nile crocodiles, creatures virtually unchanged through 200 million years of evolution. When the dinosaurs perished, this species remained. When the continents split apart, it was still here. A mechanism called the palatal valve allows the crocodile to open its jaws underwater without choking a structure no other reptile possesses. And deep within the chest, the foramen of Panizza, a small passage connecting the two ventricles, redirects oxygen-rich blood to the brain and muscles during prolonged dives. That is why an animal weighing over 1,000 pounds can lie motionless beneath the surface for hours, then erupt in less than a quarter of a second. Bite force reaching 22,000 newtons, 10 times the force of a lion's jaws. Once those jaws close, no land animal can pry them open. In West African legend, the crocodile once served as the river's judge, deciding who was permitted to cross and who had to stay behind. On the Mara River, that myth becomes reality with every migration season. A crocodile can fast for months, lying submerged like a rotting log. But when the migrating herds arrive, a single Nile crocodile can swallow up to a quarter of its own body weight in one meal. That is not greed. That is a strategy of storage, because no one knows when the next meal will come. Thousands of wildebeest pack onto the steep riverbank. Cortisol floods their blood, reflexes slow, muscles stiffen. The first one leaps, and the entire herd follows like a waterfall. The river erupts. Crocodiles strike from below, clamping hind legs and spinning the death roll, dragging prey under within seconds. The lucky ones swim to the far bank, scrambling up sheer rock faces, hooves slipping on mud. Many tumble back into the current, falling straight into the jaws of crocodiles waiting below. No one counts how many are lost on the Mara each year, but researchers estimate thousands, enough to sustain the river's entire ecosystem through the dry season. But the Mara River is not the final trial. On the far bank, where grass glistens wet with river water, enormous dark shapes lie in wait. Male lions with bodies weighing up to 230 pounds, in the largest individuals, rarely join the everyday hunt. But river crossing season is the exception. When thousands of exhausted wildebeest drag themselves up the steep bank, muscles shattered from the crossing, the male lion steps forward. No chase, no elaborate ambush. Only raw power, one lunge, two forelegs clamping around the neck, and a crushing force that collapses the trachea in a few breaths. The wildebeest has not yet understood what is happening before everything is over. The riverbank transforms into a killing field. Wildebeest carcasses lie scattered across wet grass, while vultures line up on high branches, waiting their turn. For the male lion, river crossing season is a rare feast compensation for weeks spent lying beneath shade trees, leaving the hunting to the females. Daylight belongs to the lion, but when darkness falls across the savannah, power changes hands. The spotted hyena, Africa's most misunderstood carnivore, not the craven scavenger Hollywood portrays. The spotted hyena is a tireless pursuit hunter, capable of sustaining speeds above 40 miles per hour over long distances, outstripping even the lion in endurance. Their society operates under a matriarchal order. Females rule. Females are larger, more aggressive, and always eat first. Research at Duke University has shown that the cooperative problem-solving ability of spotted hyenas matches and even exceeds that of many primate species. They solve coordination tasks faster than chimpanzees. A hyena's jaw generates enough bite force to pulverize the femur of a Cape buffalo. Its stomach secretes hydrochloric acid, so concentrated it dissolves bone, skin, and fur, leaving nothing behind. In the Serengeti darkness, a clan of 20 hyenas encircles a wildebeest that has strayed from the herd. Their chilling laughter is not a sign of amusement, it is a coded signal coordinating the attack. Ten minutes later, only a bloodstain remains on the grass. No bones, no sinew, no trace. The spotted hyena wastes nothing. In an ecosystem where every calorie is precious, they are nature's most efficient recyclers, returning everything to the earth. The Serengeti devours all. But the red dust of Africa is only the opening chapter. Leaving the night skies of the Serengeti, the journey carries us to the vast tundra of the north, where the sun never sets through summer and winter, swallows all light. The Arctic, where migration is not a choice, it is a condition of survival. Each spring, more than 300,000 caribou from the largest herds in North America set out on the march. This is an expedition spanning more than 3,000 miles round trip through snow, across frozen marshland and over rivers swollen with meltwater. A newborn calf must stand within 1 hour, walk within 2, and run with the herd before sunset, because those who fall behind will never catch up. This is the longest overland migration of any animal species in the Northern Hemisphere. They do not travel alone. Grey wolves follow, patient as death. Wolves lack the cheetah's explosive speed or the lion's brute force. What they possess is time. Masters of attrition, grey wolves can trail prey for days on end, never resting, never sleeping, waiting for the moment of exhaustion to arrive. In Inuit legend, the goddess Kyla created caribou to feed her people, then created the wolf to keep the herds healthy by culling the weakest individuals. Modern science confirms exactly what indigenous peoples understood millennia ago. Wolves do not destroy the herd, they sculpt it. Leaving the frozen Arctic behind, the migration route pulls us southward to the warm sands of Central America, where a secret more than 100 million years old endures. Costa Rica, midnight. A sea turtle, an ancient creature of tremendous weight, hauls herself onto the sand. With powerful flippers, she carves a cradle for life itself. A call of pure instinct has guided her across 3,000 miles of open ocean back to the very place where her own life began. "100 lives entrusted to the sand." But their fate is not determined by genes, it hinges on something far more fragile: temperature. A difference of just a few degrees will decide whether this generation becomes a lineage of future mothers or future fathers. And a warming world is shattering that million-year equilibrium, pushing an ancient bloodline toward the brink of extinction. Her duty complete, a silent farewell to the generation she will never know. "60 days later, the sand stirs. A race against death begins. Under moonlight, hundreds of tiny creatures sprint toward the ocean, but the ocean will welcome only 1 in 1,000. That is nature's ruthless arithmetic, yet it is the very formula that carried them through the age of giants. Their journey of survival has only just started. Right on the path to the sea, ghost crabs with bone-white bodies emerge from burrows in the sand to block the way. But the beach is not the only sanctuary under siege. Offshore, tiger sharks patrol the shallows, 16 feet of predator, rows of serrated teeth, layered like industrial saw blades. They eat everything: sea turtles, seabirds, stingrays, even license plates and beer cans. The nickname, "garbage cans of the ocean," is no joke. A turtle's shell, the hardest armor in the reptile world, cannot withstand the jaws of a tiger shark. Those serrated teeth rotate and cut in a sawing motion, shearing through layers of keratin with ease. It is an unforgiving confrontation between 200 million years of defensive evolution and 400 million years of offensive evolution. But the threat does not come only from the sea. On the sand, after the moon has set and darkness thickens, a pair of green eyes gleams in the undergrowth. A jaguar. Pound for pound, the jaguar has the strongest bite force of any big cat, roughly 1,500 psi, double that of a lion and nearly 1.5 times that of a tiger. The jaguar's signature killing technique is neither the lion's throat hold nor the leopard's nape bite. It bites through the skull, 2 canines piercing the temporal bone, ending everything instantly. But here, on the beach, the jaguar plays a role few would expect. Research in Costa Rica has shown that wherever jaguars patrol, egg-raiding species such as raccoons, coatis, and monitor lizards all but vanish. The apex predator inadvertently becomes a bodyguard for turtle nests. Ecology calls this the mesopredator release effect. The strongest does not merely kill, it balances. As dawn rises, an enormous dark silhouette sweeps across the beach from overhead. The frigate bird, a wingspan exceeding 7 feet, a skeleton astonishingly light, and wings born to ride ocean thermals. Its plumage is less waterproof than that of most seabirds, making a landing on the ocean surface a dangerous gamble. Tracking studies have revealed that frigate birds can fly continuously for weeks without ever landing. They can even sleep on the wing, allowing each brain hemisphere to rest in turn. But migration does not play out only on sand and through forest. Farther south in Africa, another journey has only recently come to light. Botswana, 2012. For the first time, researchers fitted GPS collars to zebras and discovered something no one had anticipated. A herd migrated from Chobe to Neksai-Pan and back, 500 miles round trip, the longest route of any land mammal in Africa. Nzai-Pan, a white clay basin rich in minerals from an ancient salt lake, where young grasses carry salt and mineral concentrations no other pasture can provide. The remarkable fact, this route had been blocked for decades by veterinary disease control fences. When the fences were removed, the zebras immediately rediscovered the ancient path genetic memory intact after dozens of generations. No one taught them the way, no map was passed down. Yet somehow, across dozens of captive generations, instinct remembered. That is evidence that migration is not a choice. It is engraved in the genetic code. But along the migration route through the Botswana grasslands, lionesses lie in wait. They ambush in the dark, a lunge clamping down on the neck of a 300-pound zebra, the chokehold collapsing the trachea within breaths. But zebras kick backward with enough force to shatter a lion's jaw. Every attack is a gamble for both sides. Leaving the parched savanna, the journey carries us to Alaska, where one of nature's most spectacular events unfolds amid ice-cold waters. Not a predator's migration, a migration of self-sacrifice where death is not failure but purpose. Every summer, millions of salmon leave the Pacific Ocean, swimming upstream to the rivers where they were born. They cease eating entirely upon entering fresh water. The digestive system degenerates, the jaw deforms into a hooked beak, and the skin shifts from silver to deep crimson. Their bodies begin decomposing while they are still swimming. Roughly 4,000 calories remain. That is all the fuel left for a journey from which there is no turning back. Similarity biology's term for the strategy of reproducing once, then dying. Every ounce of energy accumulated across 4 years in the open ocean is funneled into a single act, spawning. In the legends of Alaska's indigenous peoples, salmon are a gift the ocean sends to the river, and the river must repay the debt by nourishing the forest. Science proves the legend entirely correct. The river runs red with millions of fish. The scent of decay spreads across the valley. Leaving Alaska's cold waters, the current carries us southward to the coast of South Africa, where one of the ocean's most spectacular mass events is erupting. The Sardine Run. Every year, billions of sardines leave the cold waters of the south, swimming against the Agulhas current along the eastern coastline of South Africa. They do not migrate out of reproductive instinct. They migrate because of temperature tracking a narrow band of cold water pressed against the shore where phytoplankton density peaks. The sardine column stretches for miles, more than a mile wide and over 100 feet deep. From above, it looks like a streak of black ink spilling across turquoise cloth. This is the largest mobile protein source in the southern hemisphere. But this traveling feast never moves alone. Large predatory fish schools are the first to join the banquet. They coordinate flawlessly, circling and compressing thousands of sardines into a spinning sphere that grows ever smaller. That is the bait ball. Millions of sardines swirl inside a shimmering silver globe. Each fish struggles toward the center for safety, unwittingly pushing its companions to the edge, directly into the mouths of the enemy. The bait ball is an open invitation to every predator within miles. From every direction, the assault erupts. High-speed hunters charge in, foregoing pursuit in favor of lightning-quick snaps that disable prey on contact. In less than 20 minutes, the bait ball disintegrates completely. Millions of sardines swallowed, stunned, torn apart. The sea surface glitters with drifting silver scales. But behind them, billions more sardines keep swimming. And the cycle repeats day after day, for weeks on end, along hundreds of miles of coastline. The sardine run is not an event, it is an engine that sustains an entire ocean. Share with Nature's Moments in the comments below which predator on today's journey impressed you the most. Leaving the warm seas of South Africa, the ocean current pushes us southward where the sea meets ice and summer lasts only a few fleeting weeks. Antarctica, the white continent. Where temperatures can plunge to -50 degrees Fahrenheit, winds howl at over 100 miles per hour, and sunlight is the rarest luxury of all. Yet every austral spring, millions of penguins return here, swimming hundreds of miles through frigid seas to breed on the harshest landmass on Earth. They have no alternative. Antarctica harbors no terrestrial predators, no foxes, no wolves, no big cats. On shore, eggs and chicks are safe. But to reach the shore, they must cross the deadliest border on Earth, the water's edge. Here, the most fearsome predator awaits, the leopard seal. Concealed in the dark blue shadows beneath the ice shelf, they are flawless hunting machines. Up to 11.5 feet long and weighing more than 500 pounds, they possess abnormally wide gaping jaws armed with canine teeth nearly 2 inches long, designed not to chew but to shred prey apart. Leopard seals ambush at the precise boundary between sea and land. When penguins struggle to climb slippery rock shelves to reach the shore, or when they must plunge back into the water to feed, the strike comes from below. Fast, precise, and brutal. National Geographic photographers have documented leopard seals toying with penguins before killing them, tossing them into the air, catching them, repeating. This is not pointless cruelty. It is training behavior, honing hunting skills for the next generation. But the most formidable hunter has not yet appeared. A pod of 4 killer whales, type B, specialized for Antarctic waters, swim in formation, scanning the surface with echolocation. Wave washing begins. Four whales swim in synchronized formation, generating a wave over 3 feet high that crashes across the flow. This technique is not instinct. It is taught across generations, cultural transmission, the way humans pass down a trade. Across the globe, there are at least 10 distinct ecotypes of killer whales, each with its own specialized tactics. Type B killer whales do not hunt fish. They specialize in seals and penguins, and they begin teaching their young from infancy. Leaving the Antarctic ice behind, the journey takes us to the steppes of Central Asia, where a story of recovery is redefining our understanding of conservation. The Kazakhstan steppe. Flat to the horizon, not a single tree, wind blowing without pause across all 4 seasons. In the middle of that seemingly empty expanse, the strangest antelope on Earth is running speeds reaching 50 miles per hour, dust billowing in its wake. The Saiga antelope. A bulbous nose extending like a miniature trunk, an organ that filters dust in summer and warms incoming air in winter. A living fossil from the Ice Age, one that once shared these grasslands with woolly mammoths. In 2015, catastrophe struck. Within 3 weeks, more than 200,000 saiga perished. 60% of the entire global population vanished. Scientists called it the fastest mass mortality event ever recorded among large mammals. The IUCN classified the saiga as critically endangered. Many believed the species would disappear within a decade, but the saiga refused to surrender. With a rapid reproductive cycle, females conceive at just 10 months of age. Twins with every birth, the population began recovering at a pace no one had foreseen. In April 2024, a census in Kazakhstan yielded a figure that stunned the global conservation community: nearly 3 million individuals. The IUCN upgraded the status from critically endangered to near threatened. Kazakhstan, home to 98% of the global saiga population, proved that when humans step back, nature can heal itself. The saiga is a reminder that migration is not only a journey of survival, it is a journey of recovery, and sometimes hope arrives from the most unexpected places. But the final story always belongs to the ocean. From the warm tropical seas, a giant embarks on the longest migration in the world of marine mammals. The humpback whale. Each year, they travel tens of thousands of miles between breeding grounds in the tropics and the nutrient-rich waters near the poles of the Earth. For a mother whale, this journey is especially punishing. For months on end, she barely feeds, surviving on energy stored in the thick layer of blubber beneath her skin. That energy is converted into fat-rich milk, nourishing a calf that never strays from her side. Though already nearly 16 feet long, the calf remains profoundly vulnerable in the vastness of the open ocean. And the journey goes on, where every wave is a gamble, every heartbeat a prayer that nature sends forward toward tomorrow. Because on this planet, no creature stands still. Migration is the law, and on every migration route, something waits in the shadows. Thank you for joining Nature's Moments. The natural world still holds countless stories waiting to be told. If you have not yet subscribed, now is the perfect time. We will see you on the next journey. And yet, the most terrifying trial in all of Africa does not come from fangs or claws. It comes from a river. The sun scorches, the earth cracks, the grass withers to straw, water vanishes. The wildebeest herds are forced to march in search of new pastures and greener ground. They are not alone. Zebras, hundreds of thousands of gazelles, and countless other grazers join the exodus, creating the largest overland migration on Earth. The wildebeest, powerfully built in the chest, tapering at the hindquarters, heavy-headed, its tawny grey coat coated in dust. Distinctive curved horns sweep outward, then hook inward like sickle blades. a weapon both sexes carry, but only mature bulls truly wield. After a long trek across parched, cracked savanna, the herd finally reaches the Mara River, its waters murky and violent. Beneath the surface lurk Africa's most silent predators, Nile crocodiles, up to 20 feet long, weighing over 2,200 pounds, encased in armored hide with jaws lined like razors. The herd masses at the riverbank. The lead animals halt, eyes tense, scanning the water, weighing the leap between life and death. But the crowd behind presses forward relentlessly. Pressure mounts on those at the front. And then, unable to delay any longer, one brave individual plunges into the water. That leap shatters the suffocating silence hanging over the herd. One, two, three, then the entire herd surges into the water like an avalanche, unleashing furious chaos in the muddy current. A faint splash, a whirlpool. One animal dragged under, claimed by a crocodile. The water turns red. The lucky ones keep swimming toward the far bank, never looking back, pressing toward the light of survival. Roughly 250,000 individuals perish during each migration season from drowning, exhaustion, or predation. Research from Oxford University in 2025 reveals that the actual population may number only 600,000. That figure is far lower than the previously estimated 1.3 million, a grave concern for the future of this great migration. As the final survivors reach the opposite bank, the river returns to its original calm. Crocodiles sink to the riverbed, patiently awaiting the next hunt. Against a gray-blue sky, dark shapes appear circling without a wing beat. The vultures have arrived. They wheel overhead, sharp eyes scanning for any remains. And when they descend, the feast of carcasses begins. For the survivors, the struggle is far from over. Ahead lies green grass, but also the promise of another migration. There is no room for rest or celebration. They press onward, the road has no end. If you are captivated by these spectacular battles for survival, share your thoughts in the comments below. Yet the law of survival does not belong to Africa alone. On the far side of the Atlantic, in the deepest woodlands of the Americas, other phantoms are stirring. In the dense woodlands of North America, where sunlight seldom touches the ground, a silent predator stalks. The puma. It does not roar like the African lion, nor is it as aggressive as the grizzly. But the puma, also known as the mountain lion, is one of the most lethal hunters in the forest. A muscular frame, agile limbs, and an extraordinary leaping ability, more than 40 feet in a single strike. Vertically, they can spring up to 18 feet, a record among the great cats. With razor-sharp night vision and ultra-sensitive hearing, the puma can detect prey from the faintest sound alone. The puma hunts in total stillness, so complete that even the most watchful deer never senses a thing. Yellow eyes, cold and piercing, cut through the darkness. A fluid body dissolves into the canopy. In a blink, a lethal pounce brings the deer down before it can react. Spring arrives. Wildflowers burst across the mountainsides, spreading a vivid tapestry of color. A gentle fragrance rides the breeze, drawing early-season bees and butterflies. New grass pushes through the soil, painting the hillsides a fresh green. Elk herds, mountain goats, and hares leave their winter shelters to search for new grazing. Bald eagles and snowy owls return from the lowlands, heralding a new cycle of life. Beneath ancient pines, a female puma moves without a sound. Yet at the forest edge, another male waits. He has caught her scent and is ready to fight for the right to mate. After roughly 3 months of gestation, the female gives birth to 2 or 3 cubs. To feed them, the mother must leave the den and hunt. She advances quietly toward a stream, every footstep hidden in the dew-soaked grass. Near the stream bank, a stray bear cub wobbles along in a world far too large for it. The puma mother pauses. Her amber eyes flash cold. A lone bear cub, a rare opportunity. Then suddenly, a roar shakes the entire woodland. The mother bear has returned from the deep woods. The puma retreats slowly, eyes never leaving the massive bear before her. The chase fails, but the real danger has only just begun. The mother bear pays the puma no more attention. All that matters now is that her cub is still alive. They continue pushing through the trees and across the stream, mother leading, cub following, step by step learning to survive in an unforgiving wilderness. Yet the puma is not the only predator in these woodlands. Another sound rolls through the valley, a howl piercing the night, lonesome yet commanding. The howl of the grey wolf. At Yellowstone, the iconic national park of the United States, grey wolves had been extinct for nearly 70 years. Humans exterminated them, one by one, until no howl echoed through the snowy valleys. In 1995, 14 grey wolves were reintroduced from Canada, and their return rewrote the history of the wild. Today, Yellowstone is home to roughly 90 to 120 wolves, divided into 8 to 12 packs. Grey wolves live in packs from 8 to 12 individuals functioning as a family. The alpha female leads, deciding the direction of travel and the timing of hunts. The alpha male defends the territory against rival packs. Each pack is a mobile fortress. The average territory of a Yellowstone wolf pack spans roughly 165 square miles. They defend every inch with their howls, binding the pack through the darkness, warning rivals that this land is claimed. However, at the very apex of North America's food chain, there stands a force that even wolves must yield to. The grizzly bear. When the salmon run begins, the streams become a banquet. Millions of sockeye salmon swim upstream from the ocean to the rivers of their birth to spawn and then to die. Grizzlies gather at the waterfalls, standing motionless as statues, legs half submerged, eyes locked on the rushing current. Then suddenly, one lunges forward. Massive jaws snap a leaping salmon clean out of the air, precise, ruthless. It is the most spectacular sight in North America and the harshest test of reflexes that nature can devise. Weighing up to 850 pounds, standing 7 feet tall upright, with long, non-retractable claws, the grizzly is the purest embodiment of raw natural power. Its signature feature is a large muscular hump on the shoulders, a block of muscle built for digging, and a concave dish-shaped face that distinguishes it from the smaller black bear. Before winter, grizzlies enter a phase known as hyperphagia, a period of ceaseless eating. They gain hundreds of pounds in just weeks to stockpile fat for the months-long hibernation that follows. When they emerge, they will have lost 30 to 40% of their body weight. Mother bears teach their cubs to fish beside the waterfalls. A newborn cub weighs roughly 1 pound, tiny, blind, and furless. Yet they grow tenfold in their first year thanks to their mother's milk and a calorie-dense diet. They stay with their mother for 2 to 3 years, mastering every skill needed to survive. Grizzly reproduction conceals an extraordinary secret. A fertilized egg does not develop immediately. It lies dormant in the mother's body for months. Only when the mother has stored sufficient fat reserves does the embryo begin to grow. Scientists call this delayed implantation, a mechanism nature has programmed to ensure that only the healthiest mothers bring cubs into the world. Mother bears defend their young with absolute ferocity against adult males who will not hesitate to kill cubs in order to force the female back into estrus. In the world of grizzlies, the maternal instinct is more dangerous than any fang or claw. The first snowflakes of winter begin to fall. The mother bear leads her cubs into the deep forest, her broad silhouette slowly vanishing behind the white-dusted trunks. Winter is coming, and the long sleep calls. From the savannas of Masai Mara, where Kala's roar still echoes, to the dense jungles of Luangwa, where Makena hides in shadow. From the blood-stained Mara River to Yellowstone, where wolf howls carry through snow-covered valleys, from the waterfalls where grizzlies stand motionless waiting for salmon, to the silent forests where the puma moves unseen. Two continents, 7 species, one immutable law. Adapt or vanish. African lions are declining sharply due to habitat loss. Grey wolves, once extinct, now recovering, yet their future remains uncertain. Grizzlies are confined to fragmented populations across the lower continent. Yet as long as the endless grasslands remain, as long as the rivers run, and as long as the deep woodlands stand, the story of the unbroken will never end. Nearly 2 million creatures converge on a muddy river. Not all of them will reach the other side. But those who do will continue to write their unbroken story. Thank you for joining Nature Moments. The natural world still holds countless stories waiting to be told. See you in the next episode. Across the sun-scorched plains of Africa, life evolves in a delicate equilibrium. And at the heart of this arduous struggle for survival, there is a powerful figure, the lioness, an emblem of tenacity, strategy, and teamwork. Unlike the males, who often play a role of protection and procreation, it is the females who are the core of the pride's hunting prowess. Each lioness possesses a body built for power and agility. Weighing around 265 pounds, they can reach speeds of up to 37 miles per hour. And coordinate their hunts through subtle, non-verbal cues. Typically, lionesses stay together for life, often as sisters, mothers, and grandmothers. This blood bond fortifies the trust and coordination essential for the hunt. The average lifespan of a lion in the wild is just 10 to 14 years, not long compared to other predators. Environmental pressures, territorial conflicts, injuries from the hunt, and competition from outsider males make survival a precarious venture. Yet, in this brief time, a lioness matures quickly, reaching her prime at around 6 years old, when her strength and experience are at their peak. What makes lionesses such supreme hunters is their ability to bring down prey many times their own size. Beyond antelope and warthogs, lions can take down zebra, wildebeest, and even young elephants, if the conditions are right. They rely not just on size or strength, but on precise cooperation, a clear division of roles, and an incredible patience for the ambush. Today, the pride is targeting a herd of Cape buffalo, a formidable and dangerous prey, but one that offers a rich reward. A Cape buffalo weighs around 1,760 pounds, is armed with sharp, curved horns and a fearsome temperament, and is considered one of the most formidable adversaries on the plains. Yet, this is precisely what makes them the ultimate prize if the hunt succeeds. Hidden in the tall grass, downwind from the herd, 6 lionesses split into 2 groups. One group moves forward to distract the buffalo, while the other encircles them, aiming to isolate a weaker animal. The herd scatters in a storm of dust. The silent warriors of the savannah have claimed another victory, not through individual might, but through strategy, unity, and courage. In Africa, the lioness is a symbol of resilience and the art of survival. Through their collective hunts, they can fell prey many times their own weight and nourish an entire pride. Amid the harsh Kalahari Desert, where the heat and ever-present predators threaten every moment, a small society endures through its vigilance and cooperation, the meerkat. Weighing less than 2 pounds and measuring just 12 inches long, meerkats live in close-knit groups of up to several dozen individuals. Each member has a function, from digging for food to standing sentinel against danger. One stands erect, scanning the sky, while others search for scorpions, insects, and small lizards beneath the hot sand. They communicate with a diverse repertoire of calls, issuing different alarm signals for eagles, snakes, and jackals. When danger appears, the entire group freezes and vanishes underground. Meerkats are not only skilled defenders, they are also adept hunters. A young meerkat is hunting a scorpion. This is a technique learned from an early age. This wisdom is passed from one generation to the next, allowing them to survive in an unforgiving land. Across the sun-drenched plains of eastern and southern Africa, a silent figure glides through the short grass. It is not a lion, nor a hyena. It is the cheetah, armed with a weapon no other predator can match. Absolute speed. With its slender build, lightweight body, and an extraordinarily flexible spine, the cheetah can flex and launch itself like a spring, each movement propelling it forward. It has long forelimbs, powerful hind legs, and non-retractable claws that, like an athlete's spikes, increase its grip as it runs. Large nostrils, expansive lungs, a powerful heart, and a long tail that acts as a rudder help it maintain balance at top speed. Thanks to these adaptations, a cheetah can accelerate to over 62 miles per hour in just a few seconds. A marvel in the animal kingdom. However, these sprints quickly lead to exhaustion, leaving them vulnerable to having their kills stolen. While female cheetahs live a solitary existence, the males, particularly brothers from the same litter, form small coalitions of 2 to 4 individuals. It is a fundamental evolutionary strategy, improving territorial defense, increasing hunting efficiency, and providing mutual protection. In the wild, a solitary cheetah is successful in about 30% of its hunts. But with a coalition of males, that rate can double. Each one is not just a powerful individual, but a vital link in a machine of lethal precision. Speed is instinct. Strategy is intelligence. The cheetah has combined both to become one of the most fearsome hunters on the African savanna. In the dense forests of Central Africa, chimpanzees, our closest living relatives, live in incredibly cohesive social groups with clear hierarchies and some of the most complex behaviors in nature. The chimpanzee diet consists mainly of fruits, young leaves, seeds, and insects. And they are known to use tools such as sticks to fish for termites and stones to crack nuts, demonstrating a remarkable evolutionary intelligence. However, in recent decades, scientists have observed a notable shift. Chimpanzees have begun to hunt vertebrate prey, particularly red colobus monkeys. Meat is not only a valuable source of protein, but also a tool for forging social bonds. Males share meat with females, or their allies, to strengthen their position. From gentle fruit gatherers, chimpanzees have transformed into strategic hunters, using their intelligence and coordination to adapt to a fiercely competitive environment. The journey for survival takes us across the globe to a frozen land that governs all life. In the icy forests and snow-covered plains of North America, the gray wolf is a symbol of coordination, discipline, and resilience. They are not solitary or reckless creatures. They live by the strength of the pack. A full-grown wolf weighs from 77 to 132 pounds, with a muscular build. They can travel dozens of miles a day through forests, snow-covered hills, and frozen streams in search of prey. But what makes the gray wolf truly formidable is not its strength, but its cohesive social structure, which resembles a true family. Each pack has from 6 to over 15 individuals, led by an alpha pair. The other members assist in hunting, raising the young, and defending the territory. The enemy is not only the harsh wilderness, but also the scarcity of prey. So, instead of chasing small animals, grey wolves focus on larger game like moose, deer, and especially bison. Bison can weigh up to a ton and stand 3 times taller than a wolf, but by using intelligent encircling tactics, the pack can turn this giant into a feast for all. On a white morning with biting winds, a pack of grey wolves moves silently across the snow-covered plains. On the horizon, a herd of bison slowly crosses the prairie. The chosen prey is a young bison that has fallen behind the herd. The wolves do not attack immediately. They wait, and then the opportunity comes. Victory comes not from individual power, but from discipline, persistence, and perfect coordination. In a frozen world where every day is a test of survival, the grey wolf has turned teamwork into its greatest instinct. In the frigid oceans of the North Pacific and North Atlantic, amidst the white-capped waves and bottomless depths, humpback whales emerge as silent giants. They can reach up to 50 feet in length and weigh over 33 tons, and are characterized by their long pectoral fins, like great arms sweeping through the water. Despite their colossal size, humpback whales are mostly solitary, gathering only during mating or migration seasons. However, when it comes to feeding, especially when they hunt schools of herring or krill, they will cooperate closely to execute one of the ocean's most spectacular strategies: bubble net feeding. This temporary cooperation shows that even solitary creatures know when they need an ally. And when they do, they act with absolute precision. Orcas are the apex predators of the ocean. Members of the dolphin family, they grow up to 30 feet long and weigh nearly 6.5 tons, and are renowned for their striking black and white coloration and extraordinary intelligence. They live in small groups called pods, typically consisting of mothers and their offspring. It is an incredibly cohesive matriarchal society. Thanks to complex communication skills, they hunt with high strategy and coordination. Their prey is diverse, from small fish and seals to large sharks and even whale calves. Orcas even teach their young how to hunt by simulating situations, something rarely seen outside the human sphere. Intelligent and highly organized, they are the true queens of the deep sea. When the rains flood the Amazon and the forest floor is submerged, the piranha, a notoriously predatory fish, enters a unique phase of hunting. Piranhas typically live in schools, possessing razor-sharp teeth, swift reflexes, and an extremely keen sense of smell. They feed mainly on small fish, carrion, and insects. In the vast, flooded world of the Amazon forest, the piranha is a predator that doesn't need to move, but rather lets its prey fall into its trap. On the sun-scorched grasslands of Africa, a land of magnificent names like lion, leopard, crocodile, and hyena. Few would suspect that an animal bearing a less than elegant name like the warthog is one of the savanna's fiercest warriors. Though neither as elegant nor as graceful as a cheetah, the warthog lives a long and comfortable life, thanks to its clever strategies and the natural weapons on its face, its tusks. At first glance, they might seem like a wilder version of a domestic pig. With a short, stocky body, thick, sparsely haired skin, and a face full of warts. But do not be deceived by their strange appearance. What stands out most are their long, upward-curving upper tusks, which, along with their sharp lower tusks, form a highly effective weapon. They charge with surprising speed, lowering their heads and striking powerfully with their tusks in a counterattack strong enough to injure predators. There are many cases where hyenas, leopards, and even lions have had to abandon the chase of such an unappealing but difficult opponent. Warthogs are not just strong, they are also highly strategic. They often use abandoned burrows, especially those made by aardvarks, as shelters. When they enter the burrow, they reverse in, pointing their tusks towards the entrance, creating an impregnable fortress. In their daily lives, warthogs eat grass, roots, and occasionally insects, living a simple but highly adapted existence. They run with their tails held erect like an antenna, giving them a quick and quirky appearance, but making them unpredictable and difficult for predators to hunt. The warthog may not win the savanna's beauty contest, but if there were a competition for resilient survival, it would surely be a top contender. In a world where beauty can sometimes be a trap, the warthog's ruggedness and tenacity are the keys to survival. There is one thing that few would suspect. The warthog, seemingly solitary and shy, has a close ally in the wild world: the mongoose. On the arid plains of Africa, when the heat is intense and parasites begin to multiply on a warthog's skin, there are no spas open for business. But not to worry, for there is a mobile grooming team. The banded mongoose appears, ready for service. Whenever the warthogs feel the need for some personal care, they lie on their bellies, stretch out their legs, and settle onto the ground. But it is actually a polite invitation. The mongooses scurry over, hop onto the warthog's back, and begin to remove ticks, mites, parasites, and dead skin cells. In return, they receive a hearty, easy-to-find meal without having to dig. This relationship is a perfect symbiosis, where everyone benefits. The warthog gets cleaned, feels more comfortable, and is less prone to skin infections. Meanwhile, the mongoose gets a full stomach, stays safe, and enjoys a bristle massage. Not all large animals have the patience and intelligence required to cooperate in this way, but the warthog does. Beneath the brilliant light of day, there are shadows that are more silent and more dangerous, hunting with absolute precision. At the edge of the short grass, where steam rises from the hot rocks and birds hop restlessly, the caracal crouches, its tufted ears erect, attentive to the slightest sound. With its golden coat, slender body, and erect ears, the caracal is a skilled predator of the arid regions. Its powerful hind legs allow it to leap over 10 feet into the air and catch birds in flight with its sharp claws. Living a solitary life at the edge of the forest and among the bushes, the caracal needs to make no sound. If the caracal is a predator of heat and dust, its relatives have chosen other battlegrounds, no less harsh. On the endless plains of Africa, under the scorching sun and the winds that sweep through the grass, the lion appears without needing to hide. It walks towards the light like a king ascending his throne. Although the lion is called the king of the jungle, not all males have the right to wear the crown. On the African plains, power is not inherited, but seized with teeth, claws, and blood. When males come of age, they leave their mother's pride and wander, forming coalitions, often between brothers, waiting for the chance to overthrow another pride. The long mane, a distinguishing feature of the male lion, is not just a symbol of beauty, but also a biological shield. Typically, males with dense, dark manes are more highly valued by females, and they also suffer fewer injuries in battles thanks to the protection it affords their neck and face from bites. It is a harsh but effective survival strategy, deeply ingrained in the species' instinct. However, a male lion's reign is short, typically lasting from 2 to 4 years. Power on the savannah is never permanent. Only instinct, strength, and blood are real. When the roaring subsides and the victor's identity is established, a new order is set, not just on the battlefield, but also at home. And that is when the role of the lionesses comes to the fore. Silent, resilient, and utterly crucial. Unlike the males who are born to fight, protect, and then depart, the lioness is the soul that binds all members of the pride. They are the skilled hunters, the mothers, the protectors. Each female gives birth to 1 to 4 cubs after about 110 days of gestation. The cubs are born in the dense bush, away from the pride for the first few weeks. They are blind, small, weak, and completely dependent on their mother. In the early stages of life, the lioness protects her cubs alone, keeping them away from enemies like hyenas, leopards, or even strange male lions. Only when the cubs are old enough to keep up with the pride does the mother bring them back. And from then on, the learning begins. Typically, lionesses hunt in groups, and their perfect coordination gives them a higher success rate than most other predators. Meanwhile, the cubs watch from a distance, mimicking their mother's behavior and sometimes playing with the prey as if it were a toy. But these games are the first step to becoming a hunter. There is no specific season for life to begin, but as the fangs lengthen, the claws sharpen, and the speed increases. The lion cubs gradually step into the harsh world their mothers know so well. Midday, the sun scorches everything. Most life seeks shelter. Except for her. Alone, exhausted, but hunger allows a hunter no rest. A warthog, the perfect target, if she can get close enough. No prize, only precious energy, burned in vain. Even for the queen of the savannah, failure is a constant companion. She is forced to begin again. And here, weakness always attracts uninvited guests. The opportunists have caught the scent from afar. Hyenas have long been dismissed as mere scavengers, but the truth is they are hunters as organized, persistent, and fearsome as lions. With their low-slung bodies, muscles concentrated in the forequarters, and the most powerful jaws in the carnivorous world, a hyena can crush a skull or devour the remains of a carcass in minutes. Hyenas do not hunt alone, but move in clans of 10 to 30 individuals, coordinating their movements perfectly and dividing the tasks of chasing, surrounding, and killing. When hyenas pinpoint their prey, their strength and numbers are their greatest advantages. And some males have died on the battlefield or been forced to abandon their kill after hours of struggle. However, the majority does not always win. On the harsh savanna, power belongs to no one forever, but to those who constantly test the limits of their ability to survive. In this wild world, strength is not given to the mightiest, but to the one who understands the brutal rhythm of nature and knows how to dance on the edge of the abyss. There is no stronger species, no permanent loser, only an endless struggle between instinct and choice, between opportunity and peril. Under the sunset of the rainy season, the saddle-billed stork appears as still as a living statue. It has a wingspan of over 9 feet, a very impressive figure for a bird. This stork species often lives alone or in pairs to protect its territory around a water source. Each gentle step on the shallow water shows the infinite patience of the hunter. Its diet is very rich, from fish and shrimp to even snakes or young birds. Despite its striking appearance, the saddle-billed stork is a very quiet bird. They only make very soft sounds to communicate and protect their nest. This is a clever tactic to avoid drawing the attention of surrounding predators. The huge nests are built right at the water's edge for convenience in raising their young. Each clutch, the mother stork, lays 1 to 3 eggs and spends a month incubating them into shape. Their presence is a vibrant highlight in the watery natural landscape. The grey heron does not need bright colors. Its strength lies in absolute precision. The black crest and shaped neck are formidable weapons for hunting. It can stand motionless for hours, waiting for the opportunity to launch a lightning-fast strike. Its high adaptability helps the grey heron survive even in temporary water bodies. The skills of this bird go far beyond mere hunting. A special claw helps it keep its feathers clean and light for movement. Grey herons prefer to build communal nests high up, creating bustling bird gardens near rivers. These sturdy nests are often reused by them over many years. Each breeding season, the mother heron will incubate 3 to 5 pale blue eggs for about 28 days. When the dry season comes, they can fly hundreds of kilometers to find new water bodies. If you have experiences in Namibia or the Miombo, please share them with us below. Among the herds of hoofed animals, the ostrich appears with its enormous two-toed feet and majestic gait. As the planet's largest bird, it cannot fly, but it can run at over 40 miles per hour. Its long legs act like natural springs, propelling it across the plains in strides of nearly 20 feet. The two-toed foot helps reduce friction when running. Standing over 8 feet tall, ostriches are like vigilant, mobile watchtowers. A specialized digestive system allows them to swallow stones, which help grind up food in their gizzards. Across the Satara sky, streaks of vibrant pink and turquoise flash by like living arrows. These are the southern carmine bee-eaters, summer migrants that bring a dazzling splash of color to the savannas. They are expert aerial hunters, specializing in catching bees and other flying insects. This bird also shares a symbiotic relationship with the giants of the plains, like the ostrich and the cory bustard, using their movements to flush insects from the grass. More than just skilled hunters, southern carmine bee-eaters are also master engineers. They live in colonies of thousands, digging deep, nesting burrows into earthen banks. When thousands of pink wings erupt from the colony at once, the savanna sky fills with the vibrant color and sound of summer. On the savannas of Satara, the secretary bird appears with a dignified, aristocratic air. This bird of prey is distinguished by the crest of black feathers rising from the back of its head. This crest is reminiscent of the quill pens that 19th century clerks used to tuck behind their ears. Though it has a wingspan as large as an eagle's, the secretary bird spends most of its time walking on the ground. Each day, it can cover nearly 20 miles in search of food. The secretary bird's most lethal weapons are its long, powerful legs. A thick layer of scales protects them from venomous bites when confronting snakes. Although an emblem on the coat of arms of South Africa, this species is now facing the threat of extinction. The loss of its open grassland habitat is the greatest threat to nature's most elegant martial artist. To protect the secretary bird is to protect the sacred balance and vigilance of the Satara Plains. At high noon, when the sun peaks and most predators seek the shade, the spotted hyena grows active. Spotted hyenas live in matriarchal clans, where the adult females hold absolute dominion. They coordinate brilliantly, employing calls, low growls, and even scent to communicate. Their bite force is immense, allowing them to pulverize bones that many other species simply abandon. Consequently, they often loiter near the kills of others, even when the danger is significant. By day, they easily spot cheetahs with their kills, as cheetahs must rest after high-speed sprints. Even lions are not exempt from their persistence. Lions are the hyena's greatest rivals. Yet by day, if a lion is weary or alone, hyenas may intrude. Spotted hyenas are far more than mere scavengers. They are formidable, highly organized hunters. Not far from where the hyenas gather, a leopard emerges silently from the scattered trees. Unlike the cheetah or the lion, the leopard operates alone, relying on agility, climbing prowess, and explosive power. Leopards favor areas of dense thicket, rocky outcrops, or large, sturdy boughs. They hunt by stalking with agonizing slowness, utilizing every scrap of available cover. Today, its target is a troop of baboons foraging near a rocky escarpment. Monkeys are dangerous prey. They possess long canines, live in groups, and react with lightning speed. But the leopard is bold enough to hunt them, especially targeting the young or the carelessly isolated. The leopard lies low in the grass, observing every nuance of the baboon's behavior. A youngster sits just a few yards from its mother. A small gap, but a sufficient opening. The leopard flattens its body and snakes forward through the stalks. The small prey has no time to react before the cat's talons find their mark. With immense strength, it drags the carcass to a nearby tree. Nearby, the pack of painted wolves continues through the short grass, noses twitching for fresh scent. It is now late afternoon, the hour when their hunting efficiency is at its peak. They encounter a herd of impala grazing near a thicket. Impala are fast and nimble, yet they are prone to panic under the pressure of a relentless chase. But the scent of blood does not remain a secret for long on the savannah. A clan of spotted hyenas quickly detects the kill. They emerge from the tree line, ready to challenge the wolves. The painted wolves immediately prick their ears. The impala hunt was a success, but the meal belongs to another. After a series of hunts, tension, and bitter losses, the pack enters its most vital season, breeding. This is when the rhythm of the entire pack shifts. Only the alpha pair is permitted to breed, ensuring the pack does not have too many mouths to feed. When the pups are born, each weighs just a few ounces, eyes sealed shut and entirely dependent on their mother. But what distinguishes this species is that the entire pack shares the burden of their care. Males, non-breeding females, and even yearlings all participate in nurturing the pups. At around 3 weeks of age, they begin to crawl from the mouth of the den. Their movements are still clumsy, yet they are remarkably active, nipping ears and practicing their chase. This is also their most vulnerable stage of life. Any unusual sound sends the pack into an immediate defensive ring around the burrow. The breeding season cements the bonds between every member of the pack. Each individual contributes to the new generation, a fundamental factor in the painted wolf's survival. For a cheetah, raising young is a solitary journey, devoid of kin or a pack for protection. Every critical decision rests solely on the mother's shoulders. Cheetahs are renowned for their extraordinary, record-breaking speed. They are the fastest animals on land. Yet, A body engineered for velocity leaves them physically weaker in direct confrontations. Thus, the secret to motherhood is not just hunting skill, but the mastery of avoidance. They often select low hills or the bases of scattered trees as their resting places. Cheetah cubs possess soft grey coats with a silver mane along the back, mimicking the look of a honey badger. These cubs are highly energetic, yet they are never permitted to roam freely. They learn the art of the hunt through the simplest method, imitating their mother. The mother cheetah leads her brood to a different thicket. She never frequents the same spot twice to avoid being tracked by other predators. It is a familiar cadence: move, hide, hunt, teach, and move again. There is never a moment of true safety, yet through this strict cycle, the cub's chances of survival improve daily. In the far reaches of the plain, the earth trembles beneath the weight of African elephants heading toward water. Leadership falls to the matriarch, a living map of the wild. Her memory is a vast archive of ancient pathways and hidden springs, forged through decades of drought and abundance. To follow her is to walk in the footsteps of ancestors. Elephants are distinguished by vast ears for cooling, long tusks for digging or defense, and a highly versatile trunk. They move slowly but with purpose, always keeping the calves at the center to ward off lions or hyenas. Elephants are rightly regarded as the engineers of the ecosystem. They forge trails, clear clearings, and dig wells when the earth parches. Thanks to them, many other species find places to forage or seek shelter. Trees toppled by elephants become shade for antelope, hideouts for leopards, or feeding grounds for birds. Elephants move with a quiet, unhurried grace, maintaining the natural equilibrium of the savannah. Near the area the herd just traversed, other savannah residents continue their daily rituals. Zebras appear in small groups, grazing while remaining perpetually vigilant. They rely on a keen sense of smell and memory to find new pastures, serving as guides for other migrants. Their black and white stripes serve to dazzle predators during a chase, creating an unreadable optical illusion. Nearby, giraffes tower over all other species. Giraffes browse on acacia leaves that few others can reach, preventing the overgrowth of tall trees. Their long necks provide a distant vantage point, and their reactions often alert other animals to approaching danger. On the riverbanks, hippos wallow in the mud to escape the intense heat. They live in pods and spend the vast majority of their time submerged. Though peaceful when quiet, the hippopotamus is among the most dangerous animals in Africa. In the low scrub, close to the earth, mongooses wander in search of insects. Mongooses live in large, watchful groups, taking turns to stand sentry. Not far from the mongooses, a lone honey badger moves with an air of absolute confidence. This species is legendary for its fearless and indomitable courage. Each species, from the zebra to the honey badger, plays its part in the savanna's stability. As the sun dips below the horizon, the savanna gradually falls into a hushed stillness. The painted wolves retreat after an unfavorable encounter, leading their pups to safer grass. The cheetah mother settles beneath a low bush, watching over her 3 cubs after a long day of lessons. Above, the leopard remains motionless on its branch, resting but never truly letting down its guard. In the distance, the elephants trek on, leaving new trails and the familiar signs of nature's engineers. Each species, great or small, fulfills its unique role to create the steady pulse of life on this vast land. From all these movements, a clear lesson emerges. Nature thrives through profound connection. Painted wolves rely on the unshakable power of solidarity. Leopards depend on endurance and the mastery of concealment. Cheetahs rely on the caution and persistence of a mother. Elephants rely on memory and collective responsibility. The savannah concludes a vibrant day, reminding us that sustainability is only reached when each individual thrives. When every species understands its role and harmonizes with the greater tapestry. Even an old male lion can fall before a fierce and united clan of spotted hyenas. Is this merely an instinct for survival, or an ambition to dominate the entire savannah? The spotted hyena, Crocuta crocuta, is the largest of its family, weighing between 121 and 154 pounds. Unlike most predators, here the females hold absolute dominion. They are larger, stronger, and significantly more aggressive. This stems, in part, from high testosterone levels while still in the womb. This hormone makes them physically more robust and bolder in the heat of conflict. Bears the physical hallmarks of dominance, a biological masquerade that grants her absolute rule. In the complex hierarchy of the clan, her word and her bloodline is law. These animals live in complex social groups called clans, which can number over 80 individuals. All members follow a matriarchal system where rank is inherited from mother to daughter. From afar, dust clouds rise under the heavy tread of Cape buffalo, the giants of the plains, each weighing nearly 2,000 pounds. Their curved horns are like formidable weapons of war. From the slopes, a lioness has spotted a herd of Cape buffalo moving slowly toward the marsh. Heavy muscle and horns curved like massive weapons of war. Even lions must exercise extreme caution around them. But for a hungry family, it is a challenge worth the immense risk. The entire pride lowers itself, snaking through the low acacia scrub. The wind is favorable, carrying their scent away from the herd. On a golden afternoon, beneath the shade of a low acacia tree, a cheetah family waits. The cheetah, Acinonyx jubatus, is the fastest land animal on our planet. Their speed can exceed 62 miles per hour in seconds, yet they can only sustain the chase briefly. A slender frame, long legs, a flexible spine, and a tail, acting as a rudder, allow for instant turns. This family consists of a mother and several cubs, no more than 6 or 7 weeks old. Their bodies are still small, their spots faint, and their backs covered in a silver-grey mantle of fur. This is the stage where the mother must hunt constantly to provide enough milk and meat for her brood. Ahead of them, a herd of impala grazes, occasionally lifting their heads in cautious unison. The mother bellies to the ground, moving with silent precision, her amber eyes locked on a stray yearling. The cubs, far too small to participate, remain motionless in the scrub, observing their mother's every move. When the distance between her and the prey closes to just a few dozen yards, the mother accelerates. Her dash is like a bolt of lightning tearing through the stillness of the afternoon. She has only just begun to drag the carcass toward her young when a raspy laugh erupts from behind. On the savannah, even the swiftest of hunters must often bow to the sheer persistence of the hyena. From the far reaches of the plain, a family of African elephants approaches. They are led by the oldest and wisest matriarch, whose memory holds the locations of ancient waterholes. The African elephant, Loxodonta africana, is the largest land animal on the face of the earth. An adult can exceed 10 feet and weigh 13,227 pounds. Their massive ears not only detect distant sounds, but act as radiators to cool their massive bodies. The trunk, containing over 40,000 bundles of muscle, is a versatile tool for drinking and greeting. The herd moves in a stately line, with the vulnerable calves protected in the center by towering adults. Occasionally, the matriarch halts, raising her trunk to test the wind for the scent of water. After several hours, the earth beneath their feet grows darker, a welcome sign of moisture. They quicken their pace. Reaching the pool, the herd plunges in, trunks siphoning up the cool, refreshing water. As the herd departs the waterhole, they follow their old trail back to the foraging grounds. But behind the main group, a mother and her calf have fallen slightly behind. In the thick grass along the path, several low, dappled shapes begin to manifest. A clan of spotted hyenas, lured by the scent of the calf, moves in with chilling speed. It's a rare and extraordinary opportunity. The mother instantly wheels around, shielding her young, flaring her ears, and trumpeting a piercing blast. From the distance, deep rumbles and heavy footfalls answer the call. The herd has heard her. In moments, the adults charge back and form an impenetrable circle. Overwhelmed by size and sheer numbers, the hyenas surrender and melt back into the tall grass. Soon, the mother and calf rejoin the herd, surrounded by massive bodies like a living fortress. An elephant's strength lies not just in its size, but in a solidarity that has protected them for eons. On this unforgiving land, every day is a new drama, where life and death are separated by a single breath. The lioness is the ultimate hunting machine. The sun sears the vast African savanna. In the scorched yellow grass, a figure lies in wait. She is the true queen of this domain. The lioness is the cornerstone of the pride's survival. She undertakes the perilous role of the principal hunter. Her body is a design optimized for speed. A more compact frame than the male's enhances her agility. Her sandy tawny coat is the ultimate camouflage. Her night vision is 6 times sharper than a human's. Darkness is her most potent ally. Soft paw pads silence every footfall. Absolute silence is the first strategic weapon. Her true strength lies in coordinated teamwork. They hunt in highly complex tactical formations. Each member understands her role implicitly. The flankers drive the prey directly into the ambush. Communication occurs without a single roar. The lioness possesses a terrifying burst of speed. She channels all her energy into short, explosive sprints. Retractable claws protect their razor sharpness. Powerful jaws are built to lock onto the windpipe. A lioness rarely expends energy needlessly. She watches with patience, selecting the weakest target. The success rate soars when they hunt as one. This is a testament to the intelligence of these great cats. The giraffe, the tallest animal on the planet, is a true icon of the African savanna. With an average height of 16 to 20 feet, the males can weigh up to 4,200 pounds. Its golden coat with polygonal patches provides camouflage among the dry foliage and the harsh light of the open plains. The giraffe feeds on the shoots, leaves, and flowers of the acacia tree. With its dark, prehensile tongue, up to 18 inches long, it can wrap around thorny branches. They live mainly in the dry savannas and open woodlands of Kenya, Tanzania, and Botswana, where there is plenty of foliage and a wide view to spot predators from afar. Though it appears gentle, the giraffe possesses one of the most formidable defense systems on the savanna. Its long legs, like concrete pillars, hide an extraordinary power. Even lions, the apex predators, have to think twice before attacking an adult giraffe. To succeed, they need to bring it down first. The Cape porcupine is Africa's largest rodent, weighing 22 to 66 pounds and measuring 24 to 31 inches long. Its robust body, short legs, and large head are covered in a thick, black coat. But its main weapon is its armor of quills, a true masterpiece of evolution. Its body is covered with thousands of keratin quills, ranging from 8 to over 13 inches long. These quills are not just sharp, they are designed to detach easily upon contact with an enemy. The tips of the quills have microscopic barbs, making them embed deeply and very difficult to remove. This not only causes immediate pain, but can also lead to severe infections, turning the porcupine's armor into a kind of passive biological weapon. The porcupine's habitat spans the savannas and dry forests of southern and eastern Africa, where hard ground and rock formations provide ideal shelter. The porcupine is a nocturnal animal, feeding mainly on roots, tubers, fallen fruit, bark, and occasionally gnawing on bones to supplement its calcium, which helps to harden its quills. In the end, the female leopard sits there, pulling out the quills one by one, frustrated and in pain. There are many records of lions and leopards dying a few days later from infections caused by the wounds. But in the center of that circle of dominance is something strange, small, round, with metallic reflexes. A ball made of compact scales. The African pangolin is an insectivorous mammal, characteristic of the savannas and open woodlands from southern Africa to Tanzania. Its body is 31 to 39 inches long, weighing 26 to 33 pounds. This is a creature that has chosen a different path. It has turned its own body into a fortress of keratin, an ancient solution to a timeless problem. Its defense is not to fight nor to flee, but to simply become impenetrable, to wait out the storm of claws and teeth in absolute stillness. It is the ultimate victory of passive resistance. Unlike carnivores, the pangolin is a solitary and exclusively nocturnal creature. It uses its long tongue, which can exceed 16 inches, to catch ants and termites in their underground nests. Against the claws of a lion, its scales show their full strength. No claw can penetrate them. In the first few minutes, the predatory instinct prevails, but patience begins to wear thin. The pangolin remains motionless, curled up like a living rock. Its strength lies not in attack, but in absolute stillness. When the predator finally gives up, it slowly uncurls its scales, stretches its neck, and takes calm steps, leaving small footprints in the sand. The pangolin's armor is a masterpiece of evolution, but it is also its limitation. It protects it from any predator, but leaves it defenseless against humans. In the natural world, survival depends not only on physical strength, but on a combination of inherited instincts, neural reflexes, and learned behaviors. And that is what makes nature a stage that is both brutal and incredibly fair. The African buffalo is one of the most dangerous ungulates on the continent. An adult can weigh from 1,100 to over 2,000 pounds. To survive the African heat, they need water, but they also possess a unique thermoregulation system. The buffalo's dark coat can absorb heat, but its skin contains a dense network of blood vessels. When they wallow in mud, this layer not only cools them, but also acts as a sunscreen, keeping their body temperature stable for hours afterward. Its most lethal weapon is its pair of curved horns, which extend to the sides and then curve upward like sharp blades. In males, the bases of the horns merge into a thick bone structure called a boss, a true protective helmet on the forehead, turning them into living fortresses. But more frightening than all is its unpredictable and aggressive temperament. Unlike its domesticated relatives, the African buffalo retains a wild and primal instinct. It does not fear humans, nor does it fear lions, and above all, it never surrenders. Therefore, in most hunts, lions only have a real chance when they attack as a group. When the buffalo advance together, they are like an army on the march, strong, united, and ready to fight to the end. Since a buffalo's hide is difficult to penetrate instantly, the lionesses, who are responsible for the hunt, usually attack from behind. In buffalo, these reactions are reinforced by collective learning, as individuals learn from the group, and the whole group reacts as one. Another animal that shows impressive collective strength against predators is the chacma baboon, Africa's largest baboon. This is a primate with extremely complex social behavior. They live in troops of up to several hundred individuals. The social structure is well defined, with the strong males positioned at the front and back of the group during movements. The females and young are protected in the center. Their main natural enemy is the leopard. In a bushland in southern Africa, at the end of a hot afternoon, a leopard moves in silence. Unlike the lion, the leopard does not depend on a pride. It is an invisible hunter, a ghost among the branches, an assassin from the shadows. It strikes when the troop is least vigilant. But this time, luck smiled on it. An adult male in the baboon group raises its head. Baboons have a very developed sense of smell and sharp vision. A small signal is enough to trigger the collective alarm system. Instantly, a loud, short and sharp cry rings out. In the world of baboons, each predator has its own alarm code. The sound for a leopard is not confused with the sound for a lion, an eagle, or a python. The predator has just taken another step, and the entire troop has reorganized. One of them, perhaps the dominant one, charges without a moment's hesitation. Behind it, the others follow. It is not a desperate reaction, it is a strategy. The victory of the baboons lies not in killing the enemy, but in spoiling the attack before it happens. Unlike other prey that only flee, baboons have a sophisticated social organization. They divide functions, cooperate, and make decisions as a group. The collective acts as a living information network, where signals, emotions, and lessons are transmitted and processed in real time. In the wild, where a second's delay can cost a life, the defense of the baboons depends not only on claws or fangs, but on intelligence, memory, and coordinated response. It is the unity and intelligence of the prey that has made the hunter retreat in silence, defeated.